Okay, let's look at some other features for animation in SketchUp. We're looking at the position camera, look around, and walk tools in SketchUp. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my rotate tool. I'm going to rotate this model. I'm looking at it from the side, and as you can see here, it's just a model I grabbed off the internet so that I could use for these types of exercises, and I'm not responsible for the creation of it. It's a little wacky doodle, but it'll work for what we need. But the problem right now is that this model is sitting below the ground plane, so I'm going to select it, grab my move tool. I'm going to click and drag it straight up and snap it to the ground plane. All right. And actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to click and move it so it's centered right at that front door. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to grab my tape measure tool and I want to click and draw. Let's close this. Looks like it's selected. I want to grab my tape measure tool and I'm going to click there and drag out a guide. And I want to make it, let's make it 30 feet. Let's do that again. Give me 30 feet. Let's not give it to me. Give it to me now. There we go. All right, that's 30 feet in front of there. Just a little under it. Let's see where it went. It's kind of weird. Try that again. Actually, let's see. That's actually pretty good right there. It doesn't matter. Let's grab a, no, actually it does. Let's do that again. Why did it put it way down there? Let's try again. I'll grab it from here. I want to go out straight across the green axis, 30 feet, enter. Okay, there, that works. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my pencil tool and I'm going to click on that and draw straight up into the blue axis. I can tap the up arrow and I'm going to make a stick, a measuring stick, literally. That's 5 feet. That's my height, 5 feet 7 inches. Hit enter. Okay, so I've just made a stick that's 30 feet away. That's 5 foot 7 inches, right? And what I want to do is I want to grab my position camera button. And what I can do with this is I can click anywhere in the model and position the camera. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to put it at the top of that stick. So that means it's my head height, and I'm going to drag it straight to the model, and I'm on that green axis. And so now I'm looking at this model head height from 30 feet away on that green axis. So now I'm going to click, let's erase this first scene here. And let's make a new first scene by clicking the make scene button. And now I'm going to grab my walk button. And what I do is I click and drag upwards. And I hold down the left mouse button. And if I put my cursor above the crosshairs, I move forward. Okay. If I put my cursor underneath the crosshairs, I move backwards. Right. And then I just move a certain number of feet and then click to make a new scene. Now, I'm going to walk up to the doorway. And depending on how the model is made, if the model is made correctly, you'll actually bump as you go up the stairs. But I cannot attest for that with this model, so we're not going to worry about that. So I'm going to click the Scene 2 button. Let's go into the house. Now, sometimes you'll have to use a command to go through the house, which is Control or Alt. Okay, so now we're inside the house. Let's click. I had to hold down the Alt key. Now click again. And I want to introduce another tool to you, which is the look around tool. So if I click on the look around tool and I click and rotate to the right and click the add scene button, and then I click and rotate over to the left and click the scene button, and then I can rotate back to the center. And then I can grab my walk tool, click and drag above the cursor, and I can go forward, and then I can rotate by clicking over to the right. And then I can click and drag over to the left of the crosshairs. And that is how you do your animation. Let's turn, I'll turn completely around here. Let's go back out the front door. Let's see if we can go out the door here. Let's see if it'll let us out. Okay. Hold down the Alt key to push through the architecture. I'm going to rotate around so that I'm looking at the house again. I didn't save any of those control points. Let's back up a little bit. Let's rotate so we're looking at the house. And then let's back up. And another thing I can do is I can go up into the air with this tool. So if I back up enough, let's back up about this much. And then what I'm going to do is hold down the Shift key, and you'll see I'll start to rise. I'll click the scene button. You'll see that I can rise up, right? And then I can also click underneath the crosshairs to rise back down. Okay. And that is your position camera, look around, and walk tools. Okay. And then depending on how you swing that, it'll go fast or slow when you rotate. And of course, I could export this as an animation. And this was designed for doing architectural walkthroughs or any other type of walkthrough you want to do. And that's the design. So let's step through this real quick. I'm going to click here, right click and choose play animation. Let's play through it. Play animation. Okay, here we go. Look left, look right. Got a little bump as it goes upstairs if the stairs are created properly. Then we came back out of the house and we went up into the air and went back down. Okay.